Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to dig deep, and I mean really deep, into one of the most incredible geological treasure chests on the entire planet, Zimbabwe. We're going to unveil the sheer scale, and you'll see the amazing diversity of its mineral wealth.
Let's just start with a big question to frame this whole conversation. What if the ground beneath one single nation held the keys to both industrial power and the world's transition to a green future? It's a pretty powerful idea, right? Well, for Zimbabwe, that's not a what if, it's a reality we're about to explore.
So let's kick things off with a number that's almost hard to wrap your head around, 2.8 billion tons. Now that is the estimated resource for just one single category of minerals in Zimbabwe, the platinum group metals. It is an absolutely world-class deposit, and it puts the country right up there as a giant in the global market. And believe me, we're just getting warmed up. And this potential isn't just stuck in one little corner of the country. This map here shows this stunning variety of resources spread all across the nation. You've got the famous Great Dyke, that huge feature cutting right through the middle, and these ancient greenstone belts. This rich geology is the foundation for everything we're about to talk about.
All right, so let's start with the crown jewels. You know what I mean. These are the minerals that have fascinated people for centuries, the ones recognized all over the world for their incredible value. We are talking, of course, about precious metals.
So the platinum group metals, or PGMs, it's not just one thing. It's actually a family of 6 different and very valuable metals. Zimbabwe's Great Dyke holds enormous reserves of all of these, making it one of the top producers in the world, right there next to South Africa. And this stuff is critical for everything from catalytic converters in your car to jewelry and high-tech electronics.
Now, what's fascinating is how the contents of this treasure chest have shifted over time. For years, gold was the absolute king, making up more than half of all mineral exports. But look what happens by 2012. The picture's totally different. Gold is still a big deal, of course, but both diamonds and those PGMs have just surged, each accounting for over a quarter of the total. It just goes to show you how dynamic and expanding this portfolio of resources really is.
Okay, so beyond the glitter and shine of precious metals, Zimbabwe also has the fundamental building blocks of industrial progress. We're talking about the stuff that builds our cities, powers our factories, and creates the very backbone of a modern economy.
And the scale here is just staggering. I mean, we are talking billions of tons of iron ore and coal, nearly a billion tons of chromite ore, millions of tons of nickel. These are not just numbers on a page. They represent the raw potential to fuel manufacturing, construction, and infrastructure on an absolutely massive scale. I have to pull this one figure out and just let it sit there for a second, because it is truly world-class. 30 billion tons. That is the estimated resource for iron ore, which, as you know, is the main ingredient for steel. Having that much of a foundational industrial mineral, well, it's a strategic asset of incredible proportions.
Okay, so we've seen the precious metals, we've seen the industrial backbone, but this is where the story takes a really fascinating turn toward the future. It turns out Zimbabwe is also incredibly rich in the very minerals that are essential for the global shift to green energy and technology.
So, what exactly are transition minerals? Well, simply put, they're a group of elements that are absolutely critical for building things like electric cars, batteries, solar panels, and wind turbines. They are, quite literally, the raw materials we need to build a sustainable future.
And this is where Zimbabwe's amazing geology becomes so important for the 21st century. The country has huge deposits of these key transition minerals. We're talking lithium, copper, nickel, cobalt, graphite. It's a mineral portfolio that aligns perfectly with the biggest technological and energy shifts happening in our world today.
So having this incredible wealth under the ground is one thing, but the crucial next step, and this is the focus of the current vision, is how you transform that raw potential into real, broad-based prosperity. This is about so much more than just digging stuff out of the ground.
And that brings us to this key idea: economic linkages. Think of it like this. A mine doesn't just exist by itself. You have backward linkages. That's all the local businesses that supply the mine with everything from equipment to services. Then you have forward linkages, and this is the big one. That's when you process those raw minerals in the country to create higher value products, like turning iron ore into steel or lithium into battery parts.
This model from Finland's forestry industry is a perfect example of what we're talking about. They didn't just chop down trees and export the logs. No, they built an entire ecosystem around it. They developed specialized machinery, research centers, and manufacturing for everything you can imagine.
That's the vision, to turn a natural advantage into a diverse, competitive economy.
And the strategy to get there is actually pretty simple and logical. It's a three-step ladder. Step 1, efficient extraction. Step 2 is beneficiation. That's just a technical term for processing and refining the ore to make it more valuable. And then step 3, manufacturing. Using those refined materials to build finished goods right there in Zimbabwe. Every step you take up that ladder creates more jobs, more skills, and more wealth that stays in the country.
Now here's the best part. This isn't just some theory or a plan on a piece of paper. This vision is already being put into action. We're talking real projects, real investment that are changing the landscape right now. The whole national strategy is built on these key pillars. It's a really comprehensive approach. You see, drive value addition and maximize local content, those are the linkages we just talked about. But it also includes developing skills, building better infrastructure, and, this is huge, investing in green energy to power the mines themselves.
And we are already seeing the results. You don't have to take my word for it. A recent report from ZEDA confirms robust investment activity just in the first quarter of 2025, specifically targeting mining and energy. This isn't a pipe dream. Capital is flowing in today to make this happen.
And you can see this on the ground with very real projects. For instance, the Zimplats smelter expansion. This is a massive investment to process platinum ore inside the country. And what's powering it? A brand new 35-megawatt solar plant. That one project is the whole strategy in a nutshell, adding value to minerals and doing it with clean energy. So we've seen this incredible geological gift, this treasure chest, and we've seen the clear strategy to turn it into lasting prosperity. It really just leaves us with one final, exciting question. With all of these pieces falling into place, what does the next chapter of Zimbabwe's development actually look like? The potential, as we've seen today, is just immense.